Okay, this is a different video for today. I will predict the entire tournament for King and Queen of the Ring. Keep in mind these are the matches that I think might happen. Not saying I'm right, just saying what might happen. By the end of this video, there will be a winner for both tournaments. If you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on future videos. On Raw, we got Ethan Page versus LA Knight versus Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee. Since Ethan Page and Dragon Lee are starting to feud, they will get in each other's way. Javon Evans is hinting at a possible heel turn, and that'll interfere with winning, leading LA Knight to sweep by and get the victory. Next up, Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins versus Rusev versus Oba Femi. Rusev doesn't care, so he costs Seth the match. Braun Breaker tries getting revenge on Oba for eliminating him at the Rumble. Oba overpowers Breaker to advance. Then on the SmackDown side, we got Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn versus Axiom versus Damian Priest. The Mad Dragon hasn't been on TV since before WrestleMania. Let's change that by adding him into this match. Alongside his old pal, Sami Zayn, Axiom can have cool spots like jumping over the top rope, taking out everyone. Damian Priest ends up getting attacked by the MFTs. Yeah, a lot of interferences, but what can he do? Ilya might lose due to Gunther not wanting to face him, but backfires, leading to a match anyway between them at the pay-per-view. Eventually, Sami Zayn picks up the win, to everyone's dismay. Next up, Solo Sikoa versus Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes versus Matt Cardona. Now, Karma strikes back against Solo when Damian gets involved in this match. Carmelo Hayes is a star, so he'll have a good performance. Matt Cardona is kind of the underling. In the end, Randy Orton RKO's somebody, getting closer to the WWE Championship. Next round, LA Knight versus Oba Femi. This is a different test for both guys. Oba was the one who faced Brock at WrestleMania, and of course a clash in LA, so that feud might end after Sunday, leading to Oba's glorious rise. LA Knight cut a passionate promo about the tournament, but Oba Femi is just so over, which means he advances. Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton. This is a match that has happened quite a bit, but I think shenanigans happens, leading to Randy picking up the win with the RKO. Out of nowhere! Now it is the finals. Randy Orton versus Oba Femi. This is a dream match. A legend versus a newbie. Tell me you wouldn't want to see this. Strength versus skills. At the end, the victor is Oba Femi, with a huge pop from the audience. Now the Queen of the Ring tournament. On Raw, we got Roxanne Perez versus Bayley versus Ivy Nile versus Sol Ruca. People are wanting Perez to get that push, and I adore her, and I wish she'd leave the Judgment Day. She can hang out with Finn. He brought her to the group after all. Also, Ivy Nile is a good talent, but sadly she isn't winning. Sol Ruca is still very green, but they put Lyra in there in 2024 with the finals. Bayley is also a veteran, and they should give it to Roxanne. That way it can lead to spiraling out of the Judgment Day. Then Becky Lynch versus Io Sky versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria. Becky is busy with Io Sky, Raquel's fighting with Lyra, which leads to Liv helping Raquel, but Stephanie Valkyria returns to take her out. Then Io goes for the cover to advance. On SmackDown, Alexa Bliss versus Candice LeRae versus Julia versus Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green and Julia have history since they swapped back the Women's United States Championship. And Alexa is dominating throughout the match. Unfortunately for Candice, she gets pinned by Alexa for the win. And then also Charlotte Flair versus Lash Legend versus Tiffany Stratton versus JCG. The multi-time women's champion is in there. Lash, who is still pretty new, takes her out. Tiffany Stratton and JC get into a brawl, maybe leading to a title match down the line. In the end, Charlotte picks up the victory. Next round, Roxanne vs. Io Sky. This is a pretty good match with athleticism, strategy, and suspense. Io flies around the place and Roxanne is trying to be confident. Liz tries to help again, but is stopped. Unlike Raquel, Roxy isn't distracted and beats Io Sky to win. Next, Alexa Bliss vs. Charlotte Flair. A test of friendship for Alexa. They have been pretty much teaming since after WrestleMania. It's really changed Charlotte to be more likable, not just given everything. After a back and forth clash, Charlotte hits her with a big boot to advance. The finals, Roxanne Perez vs. Charlotte Flair. This is a tough task, but smaller wrestlers have won before. Charlotte is so focused on winning, she can't get the job done. And Roxanne hits her with the Pop Rocks to win the tournament. Now, who are they going for? First up, Open Family challenges Roman Reigns for the world title at SummerSlam. This will be an epic clash between two titans. And Roxanne is trying to do things on her own, but constantly gets help. She finally has enough and challenges Liv for the title. Alright, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to see a SummerSlam prediction.